Welcome to Manifested Publishers.
Hello learners, my name is Stephen Karyongi. I welcome you to today's lesson, and we are continuing with the topic of transport in plants. So today we are going to look at the structure of the phloem tissue. The structure of the phloem tissue. First of all, we know that phloem is the one that transports products of photosynthesis from the leaves to the rest of the plant. And that process that involves the transportation of the products of photosynthesis or simply manufactured food is known as translocation. So you can say that the phloem transports products of photosynthesis into brackets manufactured food from the leaves to the rest of the plant. And that transportation, we refer to it as translocation. So you can say that this process is called translocation. Now, the materials translocated, or the materials that are translocated within the phloem, include sugars such as sucrose, amino acids, and vitamins. So basically those are the materials that are transported along the phloem. Now, where are those materials transported to? These materials are transported, one, to the regions of growth, where there is a lot of growth that is being experienced, especially at the apical meristems, at the tip of the shoot and the tip of the root. It's also, those materials are also transported to the secretory organs, those organs that are responsible for secreting substances. For example, in a flower, we have what we call the nectaries that secrete nectar. So that's another area where materials are translocated to. Another area is the storage sites. The storage sites, or the areas where these materials are meant to be stored. So, so you can say that the following are regions where materials for translocation are taken. So we've seen that one is the growing regions, e.g. the apical meristems, the lateral, buds, etc. The areas that are experiencing growth. Also, they are transported to the storage areas. We have, for example, storage areas such as fruits and even what we call the storage roots, like the tap roots. And also, materials are transported to the secretory organs, e.g. nectaries. Secretory organs, or you can say secretory tissues. Let's just put it as secretory tissues. Now, the other thing that you look at now is the phloem structure. And the phloem is made up of two types of cells, and we shall see them just in a minute. So the structure of the phloem tissue looks like that. So we have the fine cytoplasmic filaments. Then those filaments pass through some sections that we refer to as the sieve pore. Then we have the sieve plate. And then the entire structure is called a sieve tube. On the other side, we have a cell that we refer to as the companion cell. Of course, with a very prominent nucleus and a dense cytoplasm. So from this diagram, we can see that the phloem tissue is made up of two types of cells. There is this that we call the sieve tube, and there is the companion cell. The sieve tube, it's the one that carries out translocation. It's the one that carries out translocation. And that one is because they are fine cytoplasmic filaments that translocate or that transport materials from one sieve tube to the next. So from one sieve tube to the next, there are some fine cytoplasmic filaments that translocate materials through some small openings called the sieve pores. The sieve pores, that's where the filaments pass. Then the companion cell, its work is to provide the energy that is required for translocation. And that's why you can see that it has numerous mitochondria. Excuse me. Numerous mitochondria to provide energy for translocation. So basically, we can say that phloem tissue is made up of two types of cells. One, we have the sieve tube or sieve tubes, and these ones contain fine cytoplasmic filaments. for translocation, and 2, we have the companion cells which contain numerous mitochondria. To provide energy for translocation. So that is basically how the structure of the phloem is. So we've said the function of the phloem is to transport products of photosynthesis from the leaves to the rest of the plant. And that process is called translocation. The materials translocated include sucrose, that's a sugar, amino acids from proteins, and vitamins. And those materials are translocated to these regions, growing regions, storage areas, and secretory tissues. And we have also seen the structure of the phloem made of the companion cell and the sieve tube. The sieve tube has fine cytoplasmic filaments for translocation and a few organelles that are pushed towards the end. But the companion cell has many organelles, numerous mitochondria, a prominent nucleus, dense cytoplasm, and so on and so forth. But the work of the companion cell is to provide the energy for translocation. So the assignment for today . So the assignment, number 1, name the 2 cells that make the phloem tissue. Number 2, what is the role of cytoplasmic filaments in the phloem? Number 3, name 3 regions where materials are translocated to. So that marks the end of our today's lesson, and we'll meet next time. Goodbye.